All right, well, Bruin fans, we are here with head softball coach Jessica Hollen and our two 2021 All-Americans, Claire Fountain and Savannah Vargas. Ladies, thank you for joining me on today's Zoom call. If we learned anything during the pandemic, it's that America loves Zoom content, so we thought we'd give them a little bit more. And just to start, we have on the call, we have a Player of the Year, which is a program first. We have Coach of the Year, which is Jess, a multi-time award for you. And we've got a great history of team success that you guys have all helped cultivate this year, 7 All Northwest Conference players. And then, of course, Claire, Sav, both in the top 15 in the running for Player of the Year. Hall of Fame level career. Obviously, that's down the line a little bit for both of you ladies, but just really impressive numbers as you guys have continued to rip up the record books with career home run records, season home run records, season RBI records. And I know that that is a tribute as much to pushing each other in practice as anything else. But Sav, if we could start with you, if you could just give us, a peek behind the curtain, what it's been like to play with the players that you've been privileged to have as teammates, and how you think that you have also helped kind of develop the program and put down a foundation for people that have come behind you.
Yeah, so I think pretty much every year I've had a great group of girls that I've gotten a chance to play with. But I think this last year was especially, it was amazing for me to see, especially the team and the team dynamic and how we all kind of work together. It's unlike any of the teams I've been with before. We work so well together, and it was very nice to see how we all work together, and we accomplished so much, especially this year with everything being harder and a little more difficult to kind of do those team things with. But I think it was that much harder, which made it that much greater.
Claire, if I could get you to talk about that as well. You had to fight your own teammates, including Savannah, for the national home run lead at times. You have a great push from your teammates like that. What is it like to come to work every day? And you're not just doing it for the numbers, you're doing it to make everyone better. But what is it like to have that push from your peers and your coaches through a season like what we had this year?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's really fun to get to come out and compete. And when it's with your own teammates, it makes it a little bit more fun. It's kind of like the whole, let's see what you got this weekend type of thing. So I love it. And yeah, the team has been great. And being able to, play with people that love to play and want to be good, good teammates all around is just great. And I think it's very helpful to do, it's easier to do better when everybody is encouraging you. So I think that's what made this year really fun, and just coming to work every day, doing stuff that you love with great people, it just makes it 10 times better.
And Sav and Claire, we'll start with Sav, but you guys are pushing each other every day, like you just talked about. You have a great culture, you're bought in, you're working. And as the result of that, you get your name in the record book, both as our first team All-Americans, and with some single season accolades to go along with it, including, those home run, those RBI, those career home run records. As you're working towards the team success, obviously that's the most important part, but what does it feel like on a personal level to have those in your, in your resume on your shelf?
Yeah, for me, it's weird because going into the season, I didn't expect all these things. I didn't know these things were on my radar, or I didn't know I was going to accomplish all these things, obviously. So I think every step of the way I was like, wow, like this is what I have done for the team. This is what I have done for my teammates and Jess and this program. So it's really nice to see kind of me expand on like my skills and see what I can do for the team. And it's just been really exciting.
And Claire, how about you?
Along with what Sav said, it's kind of like, okay, how can we do this as a team? And then everybody's like, did you see what you did? I'm like, no. So I think that's cool. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I just try to do the best I can every day. So then getting all these things, it's like, oh, dang, okay. But yeah.
I think obviously a lot of that is due in part to the leadership that Jess provides. Jess, I know that you have worked really hard to build the team culture that you guys have and create and a kind of a theme for each year. I know it was a late arrival, but tell us a little bit about how Sharks Don't Care About Mondays and where Shark Bait came from and how that really became a rallying cry for us this year.
Yeah, so I think every year, there's things that we try to get our team to kind of get excited about and things for us to kind of come together with. And that hits us differently at different times. And I'm big on feel, especially when we talk about culture and what I think each of the players need and what we need as a group. And so there's a quote that basically talks about the fact that sharks don't care what day it is, they act like sharks every day, no matter what else is going on. As humans, it's like, oh, it's Monday, do I have to be here? Our team hears me talk a lot about like a top third mentality versus a bottom third mentality, and the fact that we get to be here. That's something we talk about a lot, is we get to be here, we get to compete, we get to do these things. I think that became way more apparent this year after having last year kind of taken away from us and having some different challenges this year that we faced, not being able to be in a weight room, being in small groups, whatever other things we had to deal with. So it really truly felt like we get to do this each day, even more than what it has in the past. And I think as a coaching staff, that was something from the very beginning that we really wanted to embrace. And we wanted to kind of be the emotional flatline, right? That everything else could be crazy around us, but that when we came to the softball field, this was our normal place where we got to be who we are. And so that shark quote just kind of hit me as like, yeah, we don't care. We don't care about anything else happening. We're sharks. Like, we're going to go and we're going to get work done no matter what day it is, no matter who we're facing, no matter, what other craziness is happening. Oh, somebody tested positive on a Monday. Cool. We're going to figure it out. Like, it didn't matter what was going on. We were going to just do our jobs and get after it the way that we could and control the things we could control, kind of like sharks do, right? They don't care about anything else that's happening around them. They're going to go, chase fish and bite things no matter what day of the week it is. And so, that was sort of the killer mentality that we wanted to create, where we were focused on us and what we could control. And so, listen, when I choose a theme, we go all in. So we had tattoos, we had, we had sea creature gummies that were shark bait that we were getting ready to eat. We got shirts, we did the whole 9 yards. So no, it was definitely, girls did a great job of kind of buying in and getting excited about it. And it was definitely fun this year to be able to do that. But more than anything, just proud of the fact that they came ready to and open to all of that stuff. And so, when you get people who are excited about the things you're excited about, it's pretty fun to coach that group. So.
Then you have touched on it a little bit already, but if I could maybe just in closing, each of the three of you kind of wrap up what it was like to play with this group this year, accomplish what you did, the first solo share of a conference title in program history, through all the adversity of the pandemic, through all the craziness, and still, manage to perform well in the classroom as well with all of that success on the field. What was that like? Claire, can we start with you this time?
Yeah, so I think it was really just being able to play again was so great. And so I think everybody was just like, we get to be on the field doing stuff that we love outside of all the craziness. So that was like, I think one of the things that really brought us all together, because we did miss out on a lot, as everybody did. And so then being able to come back and do things like that, it was just great. And then having people that encourage you no matter what is just so fabulous. Like, not having to worry about all the like side drama that often happens with sports. So that was just great, because then you can just worry about doing the fun stuff and worry about playing the game and not have to worry about, am I doing this right, or is that person going to worry about whatever I'm doing. So that was really great, and being able to just play softball again was like awesome. So yeah.
And Seb, you chose to come back and have this one last ride. So finishing it out the way you did, what was that like?
So I think it was amazing. I think coming from the seniors who didn't get to play last year, I hold them very near and dear to my heart. So being able to come back and do this and kind of have them support me has been amazing. And then it was also amazing just to see, again, like I mentioned before, like the team dynamic this year. I kind of wasn't expecting that as much as I was the previous years, but it was amazing to see like the overwhelming support from everyone on the team, just always being up with one of them, always competing with them, and always just having a great time. Like that made a huge difference in all my years as a player at Fox. Just like this team dynamic specifically, it's been the most special I've ever witnessed. So this year has been very, very special for me.
And Jess, if I could get you to just kind of put a bow on it, these two ladies and the rest of the squad, what was it like? And you know, what can we use to take away as kind of the postseason theme for everything that you guys accomplished?
Yeah, I think biggest thing for me is I've been incredibly blessed to coach here at George Fox. I get amazing young women who come in that have a really good sense of being a part of something bigger than themselves. And I think that having perspective of that is always something that we talk about as a staff. Like that's something that we consistently kind of preach to our teams. Circumstantially, like what this was this year, you can see everything through two different lenses, everything that's wrong and everything that isn't perfect, or you can focus on the stuff that you do get. And this team embodied what we talk about all the time of get to and kind of just the positive side of things. That's all about how you approach something, right? So this group did that in a way that I think was pretty special. I think that they did a great job of building on things that, you know, alumni have created and a base that we built previous to this. And that was another thing, just to see how many of our alumni were consistently reaching out to me. You know, the fact that, you know, we have people breaking records and the alumni that had the record previously are texting me like, that's awesome, like that's so great, and pumped for them too. That to me speaks to kind of the foundation that's already been laid, that these girls and these ladies were able to take to a whole nother level. And yeah, I mean, being able to have Sav come back, that was something we talked a lot about, like her choosing to come back in the 5th year. Yeah, it meant a lot to me that this year she was able to go out on a really positive note. Like that means a lot to me. All of our players, they sacrifice a ton to be athletes, right? Both of them are nursing majors. Both of them are great students in the classroom. Like it is not easy to be an athlete and to be successful and to chase greatness. That's our goal, is to chase greatness. And we ask a ton of them. And I'm a little crazy sometimes, and we change things and we do things all the time. And to have players who really can just get on that bus with us and go for it is something that I'm incredibly appreciative of. And I don't think that I can ever kind of thank them for enough. And so to me, being able to have each of them individually have success at the same time the team is something that's really, really cool and special to me.
Well, I want to thank you all for your time today. That's a great note to end on. It was a lot of fun to get to watch you guys, to cover you, to watch you all chase greatness, and to watch the team chemistry that you guys had on and off the fields. I want to thank you for letting me cover you guys this year, and we look forward to another great year of Bruin Softball in 2022.